It's time now for the press review with Deeptika Laurent. Good to see you, Deepti.
Hi, Delano.
You're starting out here in France, where the president is in damage control after those yellow vest protests this past weekend turned ugly once again.
That's right. That violence on the weekend was particularly gratuitous. It's coming, of course, after Macron launched those national debates in an attempt to unite the population. The government has been slammed for being unprepared. The left-leaning paper Libération noting that Emmanuel Macron is now bringing in the big guns, la grosse artillerie, it says on its front page. He wants to ban protests in certain neighborhoods, even yellow vest protests. The government has also fired the Paris police prefect, Michel Delpech. He's sort of collateral damage for his strategy of trying to keep the peace, not allowing the police to fire rubber bullets at protesters, for instance. The new police prefect, the expected one, is expected to be a little bit more gung-ho.
Okay, more tougher, and that because of the failure this past weekend to bring the situation under control means the interior minister is facing the music now.
That's right. He's been severely reprimanded by Emmanuel Macron. That's according to Aujourd'hui en France, or Le Parisien as it's known. Macron has given him a serious talking to. The atmosphere is very tense. Apparently the president is fed up. That's what a newspaper, government sources cited by the newspaper says. Christophe Castaner was, of course, Macron's campaign spokesman during the 2017 presidential election, and many accuse him of relying on those connections to stay in power. Now, not far from France, Algerians have also been protesting en masse against a presidential bid by President Abdelaziz Bouteflika. France could learn a lot from this civilized former department and colony Algeria, as you see from the cartoonist Dilem here, a tongue-in-cheek cartoon. Macron asking the yellow vest protesters to take a leaf out of Algeria's book.
Seriously, because if anything, the protests this past weekend were anything but peaceful. I mean, it really turned ugly. I saw it firsthand. Okay, switching gears to New Zealand next, where following that deadly terror attack last Friday, the country is starting to rethink its gun laws.
Yeah, and in a very swift, rapid manner, Delano. Look at the front page of the New Zealand Herald. Hand in your weapons. It's pleading to gun owners to voluntarily, as some have done, voluntarily hand their firearms to police. The government also mulling a ban on semi-automatic weapons that the paper says is almost certain to be implemented. I quote the editors of the Herald that say, of all the issues that need to be addressed since this attack, the prohibition of military-style weapons is surely low-hanging fruit. The paper noting that gun control will never be a complete answer to atrocities, but it will go a long way in helping. And you see from this cartoon, similar message, no ifs, no buts, new gun laws. The paper's cartoon is drawing a gun with its nozzle tied there.
Now, the country's Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, has been, getting praise from all over, earning fans from across the world because of her handling of the situation.
Yeah, and exactly. She's really shown...
I've become a fan.
Well, I was already a fan. She's just reinforced what I already thought of her. But she has also shown how a leader should act. I mean, she's shown sympathy. She's shown love and integrity, reacting with steel, compassion, and absolute clarity. That's what The Guardian says here. She's ushered in new gun reforms, not even a week after the attacks. She's comforted the Muslim community and refused most recently to utter the name of the accused gunman. For The Guardian, Ardern has given us a vision of a better world in many ways. There was also another hero from the weekend. His name is, he's been dubbed Egg Boy, an Australian teenager who became an internet hero for throwing an egg at an Australian MP who blamed the Christchurch attacks on mass immigration or on Muslim immigration. A fundraising campaign actually raised tens of thousands of dollars for Egg Boy's legal fees. He's now in turn donating that money to the victims' families. A real class act there.
Now, we were just talking about New Zealand's Prime Minister, who's getting praise from around the world. But over in the UK, we have a very embattled Prime Minister, Theresa May, who's been, dealt a blow after the Speaker of the House of Commons yesterday added a twist to the whole Brexit saga.
That's right. You can thank what the Daily Express calls the Brexit destroyer. His name is John Bercow, ruling out another vote unless Theresa May makes changes to her Brexit deal. She was hoping to get a third vote on that deal. He has triggered a constitutional crisis, the paper says. Let's show you the front page of The Sun. Pretty much says it all. Smug speaker torpedoes PM on Brexit vote, the paper saying, in a rather crude way, I might add.
It's a British
humor.
Now, there are 9 days to go until Brexit, and it seems everyone is suffering from so-called Brexit fatigue, even here in France.
Yeah, that's right. The France's Brexit minister, her name is Nathalie Loiseau, she told a French paper on the weekend that she has a great sense of humor, a true workaholic. She said she's named her cat Brexit because, I quote, he wakes me up every morning meowing to death because he wants to go out. Then when I open the door, he stays in the middle, undecided, and gives me evil looks when I try and put him outside. Pretty much sums up the Brexit situation.
I don't have any comment there. Diptika, thank you very much for that. Diptika Lon there with the press review. Now you can check out other editions of the press review on our website. The address is france24.com.